Welcome to the Global Updates. The headlines blazed. China had certified its homegrown C919 passenger jet, powered by a domestically produced engine. This wasn't just a technical feat, it was a direct challenge to a century of Western aviation dominance. Washington's plan was simple: cut off critical technology, ground the C919, and protect Boeing and Airbus. But the strategy backfired. Instead of stalling China, it fueled a surge of innovation. The US underestimated China's resolve. Faced with a blockade, Beijing doubled down, pouring billions into building not just a plane, but an entire aviation ecosystem. The C919 became a symbol of national pride and strategic independence. Today, with the C919 certified using the Chinese-made CJ1000A engine, a new era has begun. China is now a genuine third player in the global passenger jet market. For the US, this is a strategic failure with far-reaching consequences. The policy designed to protect American industry has created a formidable competitor. Shockwaves are rippling from Ohio's factory floors to Chicago's boardrooms. America's place in the global economic order is being reassessed. The dragon wasn't grounded, it was given wings. The world is watching as China's aviation ambitions take flight. The C919's success is a landmark, not just for China, but for the future of global industry. The US must now confront a new reality in the skies. The race for aviation supremacy has a powerful new contender. The Civil Aviation Administration of China announced the C919, powered by the CJ1000A engine, was ready for commercial service. For decades, Boeing and Airbus ruled the skies. That era is over. The C919 directly challenges the Boeing 737 and Airbus A320, the world's most popular jets. By mastering both aircraft and engine, China has joined the world's most exclusive industrial club. Now China can supply its own booming aviation market and, soon, export to others seeking alternatives. This isn't just about one plane, it's a shift in the global balance of technological power. Building a jet engine is among the hardest engineering feats. The CJ1000A proves China's rise in high-end tech. For Boeing and Airbus, the threat is real. Billions in lost sales and new pressure to innovate. China's aviation market, once a guaranteed profit center for the West, now has a domestic champion. The comfortable duopoly is gone. The world's aviation landscape has changed, permanently. The C919's arrival signals a new era of competition. Washington's export controls aimed to contain China's rise by blocking access to the LEAP-1C engine. The logic control the engine, control the C919 program. The goal was to delay or kill China's jet ambitions, protecting Boeing's market share. Export controls were framed as national security, but underestimated China's resolve. The US assumed China couldn't innovate at the highest level. But for Beijing, the C919 was about sovereignty, not just commerce. The ban became a rallying cry, not a roadblock. Instead of capitulating, China launched a national mission for technological independence. The policy's flaw: it turned a technical challenge into a patriotic cause. The result? China accelerated its push for self-reliance. China's response was immediate. If we can't buy it, we'll build it. The CJ1000A engine project became a top national priority. Billions were invested, and the country's best minds mobilized. Universities, research institutes, and industry united to solve the jet engine puzzle. They developed new superalloys, advanced turbine blades, and digital control systems. The learning curve was steep, but state backing and relentless effort paid off. The CJ1000A may not yet match the LEAP-1C, but it's a safe, viable, homegrown alternative. China broke its dependence on Western tech and built a new industrial capability. The sanctions intended to cripple China instead made it stronger. China answered with engineering, not rhetoric. The US thought it could slow China down. Instead, it created a marathon competitor. The race in aviation is now wide open. The engine ban's real pain was felt in America's industrial heartland. Billions in orders for GE Aviation and its suppliers vanished overnight. Factories in Ohio, Michigan, and Connecticut lost business, leading to layoffs and canceled investments. Trust in American companies eroded, they became seen as unreliable partners. The US lost not just revenue but valuable operational data and experience. Meanwhile, China's engineers gained critical feedback, improving with every flight. America's argument for open markets was undermined by its own actions. The world took note: don't depend on US technology. The ban sparked a global push for technological independence. American policy, meant to protect instead, weakened its own industry. The ripple effects will be felt for years. The global supply chain is shifting away from the US. The C919's success is redrawing the map of global aviation. China's Civil Aviation Administration is emerging as a new regulatory power. Countries in China's orbit may soon align with its standards, splitting the world's aviation system. This could complicate travel, maintenance, and pilot training worldwide. For developing nations, the C919 offers affordable aircraft, financing, and infrastructure, bundled with political goodwill. China's growing aerospace industry is pulling suppliers into its sphere, creating a new industrial gravity. Western suppliers risk being locked out of this parallel ecosystem. The US policy, meant to preserve dominance, has accelerated the rise of a rival system. The global market is fragmenting. The world's aviation order is no longer Western-led. A new era of competition and division has begun. Beyond geopolitics, the real cost is borne by ordinary Americans. In towns like Cincinnati, stable aerospace jobs vanished with the engine ban. Skilled workers lost careers and identities, forced into lower-wage jobs. Communities suffered, local businesses closed, real estate slumped, and public services declined. Young people left in search of opportunity, unraveling the social fabric. The promise to protect American jobs now rings hollow. Families see new factories thriving in Shanghai, building what they once made. The disconnect between policy and reality is stark. The pain is personal, the resentment deep. The human toll of this miscalculation is measured in lost livelihoods and broken trust. The C919 saga is a symbol of America's broader reckoning. Blocking the engine sale exposed deep flaws in US policy, overconfidence and underestimation of rivals. Economic sanctions have pushed the world to seek alternatives, eroding US influence. Trust in America as a reliable partner has been damaged. The loss of export deals shrinks the industrial base and fuels division at home. The C919's success reflects America's internal challenges. The US must now compete in a world it no longer dominates. Innovation, investment, and genuine competition are needed to regain its edge. The era of assumed supremacy is over. The C919's flight is a wake-up call. The future of American leadership hangs in the balance.